Tropical Storm Alex has developed in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm Mike Nasa with the latest on the tropics on this June 5th, 2022. We are in the first week of the Atlantic hurricane season, and we got our first named storm, Tropical Storm Alex. It really packed a wallop after drenching Florida with heavy rain. You could see it there north of the Bahamas and off towards the west of Bermuda. We do have tropical storm warnings out for Bermuda, as Alex is expected to get very close as it's caught in the westerly flow there, moving east-northeast. It's getting stronger, too. Here's the latest as of 2 p.m. Eastern Time from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Alex. Winds were up to 65 miles per hour, so it's getting into the strong tropical storm force range. We don't think it'll be a hurricane, but it's cutting it closer than we'd like. It's moving east-northeast, as I mentioned, at 23. That pressure's down to 991 millibars, and it's at 30.8 north, 72.5 west. Again, that's kind of irrelevant because the strongest winds are on the right side of where the center of the storm is. Nevertheless, you could see by Monday it's going to be very close to Bermuda before finally dissipating on Thursday out over the Atlantic Ocean. You can see the computer models agree with that. Pretty good consistency there and a pretty good consensus that it's going to move off towards the east-northeast. The tropical storm winds will probably start to impact Bermuda later tonight, early on Monday, probably by 2 to 8 a.m. That's when you're most likely to see any tropical storm force winds. Again, even if the center moves to the north of you, you could be caught on that southeast side of those winds. Now here's a beautiful satellite imagery. This is the RGB True Color image. So it's like a visible satellite, but it's got nice colors of the greens and the blues of the oceans. And you can clearly see the center of the tropical storm there. But see how he's naked on the southern side? That is obviously heavy wind shear and not a very favorable environment. Remember, it's still early in the year. We're only on the 5th day of June. So the first week of hurricane season doesn't mean you can't get a hurricane or a good environment. But yeah, come on, when it's caught up in the flow like this, racing east-northeast at 23, it's not going to become a major hurricane or anything like that. But still a strong tropical storm, and it is definitely bursting there on the northeast side, and that's causing heavy weather. Now, thankfully, for areas here of Florida, the rainfall has stopped. Alex moved through Florida before it had a center of circulation, so even though it wasn't a named tropical cyclone, it was definitely a potential tropical cyclone and a tropical entity that caused a lot of rain. You can see most of the heaviest rain around the periphery, around the periphery of Alex is off the east coast. So again, if you're on the beach right now in areas of the Outer Banks or Myrtle Beach or Tybee Island, you guys are good. Beautiful day here along the southeast coast. Of course, there's always the chance for those summertime storms, but the heaviest rain is now out over the Atlantic Ocean. How heavy was the rain? Well, look at this. This is from the National Weather Service in Miami. These are some of the rainfall totals. Almost 15 inches in Hollywood. Biscayne Park got 12. Palmetto Bay 11. And you can see all the way down there, Boca Raton got almost 10 inches of rain, as well as Pompano Beach. The coastal areas of Collier County down near Naples, Marco, they got 5 to 8, up to 10 inches in some areas. And Miami-Dade and Broward, up to 15 inches isolated. You saw the videos of the young kids going clubbing and all that with the flooding in Miami. Trust me, guys, I know it can seem like the end of times, but when we all have cell phone videos, it's very easy to observe things that would have just been hearsay even 15 or 20 years ago. Nevertheless, this does happen. Florida is a rainy location. It's a tropical location. It's summertime. But these were some impressive rainfall totals and some nasty flooding. The key message with Alex is going to move near or just north of Bermuda tomorrow on Monday. And tropical storm conditions are expected later tonight and early on Monday. And you can see that there as it moves on off towards the east-northeast. Looking at the rest of the tropics, it's very quiet, beautiful weather in most of the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. Obviously, those thunderstorms that pop up along the Gulf Coast, but in Florida, they call it liquid sunshine. You could have storms at 3 o'clock, sun by dinner, so even earlier than that. You never know what you're going to get. Obviously, still some stormy weather down there in areas of Central America. Agatha moved through and helped create Alex. and we do have a tropical wave there approaching the extreme southern windward islands. You always want to watch waves like this because even though they're sheared to death and they're not much, you never know if they might somehow interact with an upper low and come back and do something later on. So that's why we always keep an eye. But right now, not much. However, this is the GFS model and this is the 12Z, and you can see in late June, say the third week of June, maybe the fourth week of June, it brings a system here close to hurricane strength out of the southwest Caribbean, and that would be Bonnie, our second storm. So the model's been hinting at it. It's still a long ways away, but it is a reminder that we're in hurricane season now and anything can happen. And this system that just moved through Florida before it got a name is proof that you don't need to have a name. You don't need to be a hurricane to cause heavy, heavy rainfall and a lot of problems. The Eastern Pacific, very, very quiet. We could get something off the southern coastline here of Central America, and we'll always watch that, but right now nothing going on there. Very quiet from the Cabo areas all the way down the coastline there. And in the Atlantic, the only game in town is Tropical Storm Alex, the first storm of what is expected to be a very busy hurricane season. Dr. Klotzbach, Phil Klotzbach from Colorado State, the lead hurricane forecaster, great guy. He's forecasting about 19 more storms and about 10 hurricanes. And that's a lot of darts that you're throwing at the board, and you never know when you're going to hit the bullseye. So we're going to watch very carefully Tropical Storm Alex moving out there off the eastern seaboard, headed for Bermuda. I'll talk to you guys next time.